Okay, take two. This is Redemption League Volume 2. This is what I'm going to call Consolation Cup Elimination because there are two series here. I have the Chicago and Toronto team cards beneath the Boston and Detroit team cards. And both Detroit and Toronto are up 3-1, 3-1 in their respective series. And these are best of 7 series. So both Boston and Chicago up against elimination for the series remainder for this. And as always, as normal, when I'm getting a cup of coffee ready and getting ready to record, basically my mind goes a zillion miles a minute, and then I hear something happens. Like now, I just heard that truck outside. I get distracted. And so there were a lot of things that I want to share before getting this going, and I'm probably going to forget a lot of them. Maybe some of them will come to me as I'm playing. Anyway, but yeah, the plan here is to play these two series until teams are eliminated, basically until Boston and Chicago get eliminated. Although Boston, again, being on this desktop, and both these teams were up against elimination. I played 4 games from both of these series the other day, and it's almost like they wanted to be on camera, so here they are. Boston, again, has a habit of overperforming and overachieving on my desktop, so we'll see if they can work any of that upset magic here against a superior Detroit Red Wings team. And then I think with the Consolation Cup, probably what I'm going to do, I don't think I'm going to live stream it. It's just, I've not done it for a while, and it just kind of triggers. I like it. It's fun, but it also kind of, the social anxiety really kind of acts up during live streaming, so I don't think I'm going to bother with that. However, what I will do is probably put the entire Consolation Cup final series into one video, because one great thing about Mike Owens Quick Play Pro Hockey, one great thing of many, is actually when it comes to timing, you can play an entire best of 7 series, given that each game takes about 12 to 15 minutes or so, roughly, less if you're all set up and ready to go. Some games can roll in less time than that, but you can play an entire series out, as I get a message out from my wife, goodness, in about the exact same amount of time that it takes to play one game of, say, APA hockey or Inside the Crease or something like that. You can play an entire best of 7 in about the same amount of time. Certainly if that best of 7 goes, say, 5 games or less. So anyway, I'm going to roll it old school this time, and I'm going to keep these two dice here, the D6 and the D10. I'll keep them aside here for getting exact times for goals scored. And I need a marker for this, actually, so we'll do it live. We'll just wander back here and get something that I can use here to mark time. So that should do the trick. So yeah, Boston and Detroit are up first, and in this game, scoring chances will be arrived at. I did this all pre-game with rolls of 24 or below. I'll use this red die here for the 10s and the white die for the 1s. And so we're going 11 to 66 here, 24 below. There will be a scoring chance, at which time 15 to 53 in the follow-up gives a chance to Detroit, and 11 to 14 and 54 to 66 in the follow-up will give a chance to the Boston Bruins. And beyond that, I think we're good to go. Oh, close game factor not in effect. And starting goaltenders for Boston, Terry Sawchuk. For Detroit, Terry Sawchuk. Sawchuk played for Detroit from 1950 to 1955, and then he went to Boston for a couple of seasons, and then he went back to Detroit. So anyway, we're going to get a 41 here, so we're not going to do anything after all that said. We're not going to advance any time. What are we now? Just under 4 minutes into a 42 follow-up roll there. We will advance a minute. Actually, normally what I would do is start at the 0, move to the 1. So the 44, there are 3 red 4s in a row. We're going to go up to minute 3 here. It is a quiet opener here in Game 5 here at the Olympia in Detroit. We go to a minute 6 with nothing here. We go to minute 7 with nothing. Lots of high rolls here in that red die. Minute 8 there with nothing. So maybe I should shake before. It's been a while since I've used the tower. Minute 11, so very quiet opening. Can you say playoff hockey? Minute 14 here with nothing. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder about this die here. So minute 17, still with nothing. Very quiet opening frame. There we go. So 2 minutes to go here in the first period. There will be a scoring chance. 12, so that's going to be Boston. And Boston with a 2, unfortunately, so they don't. I'm really thinking of changing that die, but let's give it a few more rolls. Anyway, 14, so we're going to get a scoring chance, we'll say, in the opening minute here of period 2, scoreless after 1. And 45, so it's going to be a chance for the Red Wings. And the Red Wings with a 4 and the 4, they're actually going to get a goal, and I am going to change out that red die. It's just a little too suspicious, but I won't take back the goal. So Detroit here at the beginning of the second period, and we'll get the exact time if it's too unrealistic. 24, so yeah, usually I go D6 -1, so you have 14 seconds, that's enough time. So scoring for the Red Wings, making it 1-0 here, 6:43. It's going to be, even Stasiak, God, Couture, so it's going to be Jerry Couture getting Detroit on the board first, and 2 assists on Couture's goal. The first 4:32 is Jimmy Peters, Couture from Jimmy Peters, and 4:52 is Jimmy Peters again. That's not going to work. 1:56, that'll be Ted Lindsay. So Couture from Jimmy Peters, Ted Lindsay out there early for a shift. And let's grab another red D6. Another red D6, okay. Just, I don't know. Just because. We get ones all from the same old beat-up set. Anyway, so 14 seconds into period 2, Detroit strikes after a scoreless opening frame. We get 2 more minutes off the clock, and it is 24 below. So there's going to be another chance here a couple minutes later, 45 again. So Detroit Red Wings again. And with a 6 and the 3, Detroit's not going to score on it. So we get 2 and 3. It's going to be up to 4 minutes now in period 2. And the 1 and the 3, and there will be a chance here. It's going to be a Boston Bruins scoring chance to tie, but the 2 and the 4, they don't do it. So 2 more minutes off the clock now. We're to minute 60 in the second period without a chance. 2 more minutes off the clock. Again, they're up to minute 8 without a chance. And then we're going to minute 11. So just over the midway mark here of regulation. I've only had 1 sudden death game so far. So 6 minutes to go here in period 2. 5 minutes to go here in period 2. Detroit hanging on to a 1-0 lead. 4 minutes left in the second period. And with a minute to go here, another chance. Oh, dear. I'd have to drop both through at the same time. 23, that's going to be the Red Wings. Oh, dear. The Red Wings here with the 2 and the 1. They don't score. Close game factor not in effect. I think I said that already as we head into the third period here. 2 minutes into period 3 and another chance. 62, that's going to be a chance for the Boston Bruins, actually. And with a 4 and the 2, Boston unsuccessful on their chance. Their chances are dying here. It's going to be 15 minutes to go here in the game in the third period with another chance. 65, once again, it's the Bruins. And the 5 and the 4, they don't do it. Terry Sawchuk playing well in net, both for Detroit and for Boston here. 12 minutes to go in the game, possibly. 11 minutes to go now here in the game. And make that 10. So it's just 10 minutes to go here. 10 minutes Boston season. And we're down to just 7 minutes here. So let's see, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Okay, so 4 minutes to go here. Another chance. Boston really needs this one. They get it with the 66. They could use another 66. With the 2 and the 4, they don't. So they've had that multiple times in this game. They don't score. So the 3 and 2 and 3 minutes to go here. And 3 and 2, there was no chance. So with a minute to go, let's see, and then I'll do one more roll and have Boston pull Terry Sawchuk. But let's see, Boston could have a chance here. 63, they do. They've actually had multiple consecutive chances despite the odds. Again, it's Boston on this desktop. And with a 6 and the 4, they do it. We could be going to sudden death. The Boston Bruins have scored here at the tail end of regulation. Just over a minute to go. Let's get the exact time. So it's going to be at 18:44 with a minute and 16 seconds to go. The Bruins have tied the game here in regulation. Here we go. 5-1-6 for Boston scoring that goal. Larry Reagan. Larry Reagan is the, I guess, the late game villain here with this game being played at the Olympia in Detroit. And on Reagan's goal, we're going to have a pair of assists. So the primary goes to 363. The primary goes to Johnny Pearson. And the secondary's going to 225. The secondary's going to Real Chevrolet. And we could have sudden death here. Let's see. We will, because it's going to be 2 more minutes here. So we're a minute now into the first overtime with a 1-1 game here at the Olympia at 45. So 3 more minutes gone by. Both teams now playing not to lose, not wanting to take any chances. Now 7 minutes into overtime. 8 minutes into overtime. Let's see. Let's stop and breathe here for a moment. So 3 more minutes now. We're up to minute 11. And minute 12. Again, we need 24 or below to get a chance for either of these teams. So minute 14 here. could have a score. We've had a chanceless overtime thus far, let alone scoreless. Anyway, 3 more, so 3 minutes to go here in the opening frame here in overtime. And with the 3 and the 6, so that's I'm going to advance to the first minute of OT2. And we're going to advance another minute here. So we're 1 minute now into OT2. Just over 1 minute, in fact. And 4 minutes here into OT2. I don't know if I've ever had a game go to OT3. First time for everything. So 7 minutes now into the second overtime. Okay, quiet one this one is. But here, 2 minutes later now, 9 minutes into OT2, we get a chance, 45. It's going to be a chance for the Red Wings. Oh, 2-4, so they don't score on it. So Boston manages to stay alive. Good save, Terry Sawchuk in the Bruins net. And we don't advance time there. We still don't advance time, but we're going to get a chance later that same minute. It's going to be the Bruins back the other way with it. Trying to stay alive. Here, the 2 and the 5. They do it. Boston scores in overtime. They're doing it again on this desktop so far. They've managed to defeat Detroit. Let's get the exact time. Just under 9 minutes into the second overtime period. 8:08, we'll say. 8:08's in heartbreak there. So, whoops, I should drop all 3. I'll keep the 5 and the 3. So the 5-3-5. And it's going to be Larry Reagan. Larry Reagan, the overtime hero. He scored both Boston's goals here. Larry Reagan, who I think has at least one other goal here in the postseason. Now I'm curious. And let's see here. Come on, computer. So Larry Reagan, he scored. He actually scored a goal in Game 4 as well. Boston won that by a score of 3-1. And so, yeah, that would have been Reagan's first. So now Reagan is up to 3 goals here in the postseason. Larry Reagan with the game-winning overtime goal here at 8:08 into the second overtime period. 2 assists on Reagan's goal. The first one with a 2:56 will be Alan Stanley. In the second one, I go red, white, blue. So hundreds, tens, ones. 146 is going to be Don McKenney. Don McKenney had a solid season, regular season for Boston. Anyway, so it's going back to Boston here for Game 6. And I'll reveal the Toronto-Chicago team cards hiding underneath. I guess I could do that, though. Maybe what I will do now, I don't want to do it. Decisions that I should make before I turn the camera on, right? Do I continue playing Detroit and Boston, or do I play Chicago and Toronto Game 5? I think I'm going to play Detroit and Boston Game 6, I guess this would be. So Boston, Detroit, they rattled off 3 wins to, I guess, just, take a commanding lead in the series. And then Boston, now they've come back to win 2 straight. So here we go to Game 6, and Game 6 is in Boston at the Garden here in Game 6. And for this one here, so the pregame math, 55, right, that was the number. So chances for this one, they're a little more likely, 26 or below. So we won't get one. I will keep that roll of 42. We won't get one in the opening minute of the opening period, however. Boston on 15-43, they get a scoring chance. That means Detroit, it would be 11-14 or 44-66 as opposed to 54-66. And again, we're going to go with Sawchuk and Sawchuk because why not? That was a 2-1 double overtime game there in the one prior. Doesn't really matter. Mike Owens, Quick Play Pro Hockey, the goaltender actually. It's worked into the team home and away offense and defense, or defense especially, I guess, in the case of goaltending. But we're going to get a chance here 2 minutes into the opening frame, and with that roll of a 55, that's going to be a Red Wings chance here in Game 6 and the 2 and the 3. The Red Wings strike right away. Embarrassed that they couldn't get it done in Detroit. They had to leave Detroit. They're scoring good and early here in Boston. And scoring that goal, we get the goal scorer first, 4:53 for Detroit. That's going to be Metro Pristai. And assisting on his goal, 5 and 2 to assist on his goal. Pristai from 165. Is it Gordie Howe? No, it's Ted Lindsay again. Lindsay with another helper here. But 132 will be Gordie Howe. So Howe with the secondary. The quick pass to Lindsay. Lindsay setting up Pristai for the goal. And Pristai kind of overperformed, so it figures that maybe if Sid Abel is on the bench, if he's hurt or winded, then maybe Pristai would be out there with Howe and Lindsay. So 30 seconds, that's exactly at a minute and a half into the, because I do D6 minus 1, a minute and a half into the second period. So we're going to take another minute here off the clock. Again, we need 26 or lower here. We're going to stay in the same minute, but without a chance. 42, so another minute gone by there. I'll remove that blue one aside there. So 32, we're now 5 minutes in, still 1-0 Detroit. And with a 23, we're going to get a chance here 2 minutes later. And that chance, let's see, 21. So that's going to be a Boston Bruins scoring chance. Boston with a 4 and the 3, they don't score on it, they don't tie. Another minute gone by there, and there'll be a chance in this one as well. 33, it's going to be for the Bruins. The Bruins with the 1 and the 2, they still can't tie the game, can't even the score. It's going to be 2 more minutes off the clock now after minute 10, and we're going to stay in the same minute actually with a chance. 63, it's going to be the Red Wings here again, and Detroit with the 2 and the 4, they're unsuccessful in their chance. So 2 more minutes coming off the clock now here up to minute 12 with nothing, up to minute 14 with nothing. Still a minute 14 with nothing, and 3 more minutes off the clock now. 17 here toward the end of period 1. We stay in the same minute, but without a chance so far. 3 more, so I'm going to put that to minute 0 here in the second period. Another minute here off the clock with that roll of a 42, and we're up to 3 minutes now here in period 2. Still a tight 1-0 game here for Detroit. So up to minute 5 now here in period 2 in the same case. Minute 7 here in the second period. Minute 10 here in the second period. 3 more minutes coming off the clock now, so a few play stoppages, time advancing quickly. That's like the third 65 in a row. Give it a shaky shake here. That's how we're supposed to do that anyway. 2 minutes to go here in period 2 with another 64. Oh my. What is wrong with this tower that I haven't used in too long? So here we commence the beginning of the third period. Now Boston did score and come back. They scored in the third period. Let's see, we have another minute off the clock though. It feels like it's been a while since either of these teams had a chance. 17 minutes to go here in regulation. That's not going to do it either. Another 41. Anyway, not only is it loud, you know what? We're going to kick it old school here. We're going to give it a shake. So it's going to be here 4. Really old school, no tower either. So 16 minutes to go here. That's going to be a chance. In the 63, that's going to be Detroit. And Detroit here with the 2 and the 6. So the hand that eliminates Boston. I'm not taking it back. It happened. Maybe I'll bring the tower back. But anyway, it's just annoying me because I know it's noisy and also it seems to be getting the same rolls over and over again. So Detroit's now up 2-0, and scoring that goal for Detroit is 266. 266. I don't know. You can go back. You can play the tape back. I don't think I did anything underhanded there. Sid Abel off the bench and on the score sheet here with the goal. 1 assist on Abel's goal, and 551 for that assist. That's going to be Jim McFadden assisting on Sid Abel's goal. Detroit mixing up their lines here, hoping for a little more production. So 3:19 of period 3. It is 2-0 Detroit, and we stay in the same minute. And we advance 2 more, but without a chance. And we advance another couple here without a chance. We advance another couple here without a chance. So. Okay, we advanced 3 more without a chance. We have 7 to go here in regulation. We have make that 4 to go in regulation. Oops. Oh no, we're down to 1 minute to go here. Boston, this is the playoffs. I will let them pull Terry Sawchuk and do all of that. So let's see if we get a 1 or a 2 here. No, we don't. So a lot of high rolls there have eliminated the Boston Bruins. Even on this desktop, they cannot defeat the fact that the high rolls and the quick goal there by Detroit early and the reinforcement there early in the third period as well. So there you have it. I'm going to bring the tower back, though. I'm indecisive. I know. It took eliminating the tower to do it, to eliminate the Boston Bruins, but there you have it. Valiant effort from an underdog Bruins team that did manage to push the series to 6 in the end, but it is the Detroit Red Wings, unsurprisingly moving on to the Detroit Red Wings of 1951 to be more specific, unsurprisingly are moving on to the Consolation Cup final, where they will await either the 1967 Chicago Blackhawks or the 1961 Toronto Maple Leafs. So I'll switch it up and out to these cards here. And so Toronto, again, similar scenario as to there were some similarities between this series and the one with Detroit and Boston in terms of, I guess, just how it played out over the first 4 games. Toronto took a 3-0 series lead. Chicago on the verge of elimination. Finally, they are the coldest rolling for a hot offensive team. They are the coldest rolling team I think that I've ever had. And this, just as much as Boston overachieves and outperforms when I play, tabletop simulation hockey with them, cards and dice hockey. Chicago does the opposite. This 67 Chicago team, I've tried to get them into some shootout hockey stuff, and with at least a couple of games with the Chicago Blackhawks. And just on paper, they just look like such a great team, but they've underperformed. So anyway, with that said, 71. So there's going to be a scoring chance here on rolls of 34 or lower, and for either team. At which time it will be. What is it for Toronto? They're like 4-7-2. I should double check on that. I think it's 15-43 Toronto. It is for a lot of games in this, but I do have it set up here behind me. So 4-7-8 for Toronto, but that's going to fall into the exact same bracket, 15-43. So similar to the last game. Close game factor will be in effect for this one. Toronto has a +2 in that category. Anyway, if that comes up in the third period, I'll explain it more. Try to. So it's going to be a minute here, and we get a chance here right away. Unsurprisingly, 33. That'll be a chance for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And with the 5 and the 4, they're unsuccessful on that chance. So this happened in the first few games of the series as well. Surprisingly low scoring for the most part. And both teams just missing on like a ton of chances. It happens sometimes. Anyway, we're now 3 in chanceless. We're 4 in chanceless. So 7, we will get a chance here 3 minutes later. This time that chance will go to the Toronto Maple Leafs, 15-43. Like Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura when nature calls, the Chicago. Okay, anyway. So it's why nobody remembers that movie. You're all too young. So it's going to be here up to minute 10 now. And in the 2-4, that's going to go to Toronto. And Toronto with a 4 and the 5. So just as I was saying, that's kind of been the story of this series so far. Now 13 minutes into period 1 with nothing. We're going to stay in the same minute, though, and we'll get something this time. That something's going to be a chance for the Chicago Blackhawks. And the Chicago Blackhawks with the 1 and the 6. Again, they're unsuccessful as well. Really, I should give either Denny DeJordy and or Glenn Hall and Johnny Bauer credit for this. 33, there's going to be a chance here just 2 minutes later. Got to keep that in mind. And 16 is going to be Toronto this time. Toronto with the 4 and the 1. So the Maple Leafs strike first here at Maple Leaf Gardens, making it 1-0, scoring that goal for Toronto just under 15 minutes in, 3:54. That will be Dave Keon with the goal, and we'll get the time before I forget to. So at 14, we'll say 35, 14:35 works for me. Keon assisting on his goal. It's going to be, Keon from Mahovlich, and Mahovlich again. Whoops, oh dear, drop all 3 through. I'll take the 3 and the 4. So Keon from Mahovlich and 3-5-4. Just window dressing anyway, I guess. Dick Duff. So Keon from Mahovlich and Duff, and we play on here, 1-0 Toronto. It's going to be 3 off the clock. So that'll take us to 2 minutes to go here in period 1. And we stay in that same minute, though, chanceless. So we're a minute now into period 2. And 4 minutes into period 2 here. No chances for the past handful of minutes. Make that about 10 minutes or so. So up to minute 7 there, we stay in the same minute, but we don't get a chance. We're going to go 3 more. We will get a chance here at the midway point of regulation. 56, that's the Blackhawks looking to tie. With the 5 and the 3, they do it. So Chicago making this a 1-all game here, just under the halfway mark again of regulation. We did have that double overtime game. What am I doing? I'm rolling for time. We'll keep the 4 and the 2. It's probably going to be Bobby Hall, 4-2-5. No, yes, Bobby Hall there, 4-3-4. And so Bobby Hall tying the game here for the Chicago Blackhawks after Keon's goal for Toronto in the opening frame. And number of assists on the goal, we're just going to get the 1. And that one's going to be 356 here. 356 is Phil Esposito. So Hall from Esposito on line 2, I could see that. And then Makita playing with Warm and Doug Moans on line 1. That's what Chicago did in 67. And exact time of the goal here, 9. We're going to go with 9:21 here for that exact time of goal. And we're going to roll on. And we get to 2 more off the clock here without a chance. We're going to get a chance here, though, up to minute 14. That chance will go 61 Chicago's way again. Chicago with the 6 and the 2. They've made it 2-1. So Chicago scores here at Maple Leaf Gardens, scoring the goal for the Chicago Blackhawks. 464 this time. That is going to be Chico Mackey. Chico Mackey, who during the regular season had like 1 goal and 20 assists. So Mackey here gets just his 2nd goal, counting regular season and playoffs. Pretty productive in the score sheet otherwise. And the time of Mackey's goal here is 13:04 for Chico Mackey. And number of assists on the goal, we have 2 of them. So it was Mackey from 226, Mackey from Doug Moans, even more, Ahmad Moans. Mackey from Warham, I stand corrected. And 532 is Ken Hodge. So Mackey from Warham and Ken Hodge there at 13:04. And 2 more minutes off the clock. Then we got 4 minutes to go here in period 2. I got to remember to breathe again. 1 minute to go here in period 2. And a chance here, 24. This is going to be a Maple Leafs chance to tie, which they do with the 11. which they do with the 11, and now they've got the close game factor on their side going to period 3 with Chicago facing elimination. It's a 2-2 hockey game here. Scoring that goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs, 4:33, is Dick Duff, and Dick Duff here, the time of the goal, 18. We'll go 18:27 for that, just window dressing anyway, and Duff from one assist there for Duff. So Duff from... It was Duff, right? Doesn't matter. 3:53, as long as I got the score right here. 3:53, Duff from Duff. Anyway, 164. So Duff from Nevin. Nevin, who had a very productive, he had 28 or 29 points in the 30-game regular season, and he gets an assist here, and we have a 2-all game headed into the third period. And I'm going to say, no, wait, because up to minute 19, so up to minute 20. I might have jumped a couple minutes here in this, but it's what I do normally, so I'm consistently wrong if wrong. 65, it's Chicago. Chicago with the 1 and the 3. They've done it here in the final minute of the, I guess you could say up to the 0 of period 3 is what you could say as well. Anyway, so it's going to be Chicago making this 3-2, scoring when they really need to score. Again, third period odds don't really favor them as much. Chicago here with a 454 count. Phil Esposito here with a goal to go with his assist, and look at the exact time of the goal. 46, so 14 seconds to go here in period 2. Esposito scores. I guess I'll take the 3 and the 3 and say 2 assists in the goal. So 4:25 is Chico Mackey, Esposito from Mackey, and 3:51 Esposito from Mackey, and not Esposito again. Esposito from Mackey, and 6:11 is Pierre Pilote. That makes sense, actually. So, all right. 3 more here off the clock into period 3, up to minute 3 without a chance. Why I was supposed to drop 3 dice just here in the number 3 one time too many. So we're up to minute 5 here now, 15 to go here in period 3. We stay in the same minute with a chance. With that 14, it's going to be the Chicago Blackhawks again. The 5 and the 4, they don't do it. They don't do it. They have the lower close game factor anyway. So 2 and 4, we have another chance here. So minute 7, 12, it's going to be the Blackhawks again. The Blackhawks again, this time with the 4 and the 4. This time with the 4 and the 4. The 8 has the asterisk, though. The 8 has the asterisk, so 11-43, and this could actually be changed to a save for Toronto. 11-43 in the follow-up roll. Just wanted to double-check the numbers there. So it's going to be a save for Toronto with that 42, 11-43. So the score stays the same. It is still 3-2 Chicago, and we roll on. So that close game factor, let's see how that comes back to bite Toronto. Well, the Maple Leafs actually is going to be the Blackhawks with a follow-up chance. 5 and 4, they don't get a goal there. 6 and 5, so 3 more minutes now, 10 minutes into period 3, and 6, so we're going to get a chance here, 7 minutes to go here in regulation time. 52, that's going to be the Blackhawks again. 3 and a 1, then make no mistake about that. 4 is always a goal. They score their 4th goal. They're up 4-2 here, again facing elimination, scoring for the Chicago Blackhawks, 262. It's going to be Doug Moens with the goal. And 1 helper on Moens' goal, and that'll get exact time, 6:55, someone low down, Matt Ravlich. Even Ravlich, Odd Stapleton. Still Ravlich from Doug Moens, and exact time here, 12:57 into period 3, Toronto. They really have to get going here. 3 more minutes, but there will be a chance. And that chance will be the Blackhawks again, really looking to put this one away, make a statement that they're still here to play hockey with the 5 and the 5 here. It's now 5-2 for the Chicago Blackhawks. Late game collapse, third period collapse here for Toronto. Doing the honors, 4:52. Phil Esposito, at least 3 points now in the game with that second goal there, that second tally, and it's going to be 2 assists on his goal, 3:51. That's going to be Esposito from Esposito. He's all over it. He's all over it. 5:61. So Esposito, 5:61. Eric Nestorenko. And 5:26. We're going to get Ken Hodge getting another helper. So, and the exact time of that goal here, 15:28. Okay. Drop the blue. So 3 more minutes off the clock now. There will be a chance here. Let's see if Toronto can salvage something. You always want to get the next goal, I think. But 45, that's going to be a chance for Chicago. And they score 6-2 there. So Chicago making this a one-sided affair late. Chicago Blackhawks now just looking to pad their stats individually. 5:26 Ed Van Imp. Okay, Ed Van Imp here. He's had some stories that he could tell in this desktop. And with the 2 and the 4, Van Imp's going to have 2 assists on his goal. 451 is going to be Pat Stapleton. Van Imp from Stapleton. Let's get another defense. Chicago put 3 they did Pierre Pilote, so 3 defensemen out there. And the exact time of the goal, because why not? One of them could play up front, or it could be midline change or something like that, and there was a touch. So 52 here at 18:52, 6-2 Chicago. Just as a formality, okay, we will give a chance to one team or another. That one team is Chicago, and they don't manage to score. So, yeah, let's call it there with that 62. So 6-2 is your final score here. Chicago Blackhawks definitely staying alive and then some. Going back to Chicago here for Game 6, where, again, the odds do favor them slightly. Let me double check here. Again, I check this all out pregame, so 28 into 51. There won't be as many chances in this one, but Chicago with that 549. So they get a chance in a roll of 21 to 52. I'll switch these up. I think Chicago wants to keep the greens. There is some green there in the feather in what I believe is called a headdress. Correct me if I'm wrong, and you know that I'm wrong. And let's see here. So 0. Reset the score 0-0. Game 6 here at Chicago Stadium. And again, so there were consecutive shutouts. Game 3, Johnny Bower got the shutout, we'll say, for Toronto. And then Chicago, facing elimination, came back and got a shutout there of their own. I want to say maybe Denny DeJordy got that one. So, and then, of course, the decisive 6-2 win just there in Game 5. So here in Game 6, it's, Chicago, I would say, has the series momentum now. They've come up with 2 straight wins. They put a couple of them together. So 44, again, chances for this one with that 51 are going to be, I don't think I said it yet the first time, so I shouldn't say again, 25 or below, and then it's going to be 21 to 52 for Chicago, 11 to 16 or 53 to 66 for Toronto. 2 minutes off the clock here to start things, chanceless. And another 3 and still chanceless. So we're up to minute 5 now here. It could be quieter in Chicago. Minute 7 still without a chance for either side. By minute 9, we're going to get one for one side or the other. 44, that's going to be Chicago. Chicago with a 5 and the 2. They don't score on it. So 3 and 5 means we're going to go up to minute 12 here, and we won't get a chance in those next 3 minutes. And 33 here, so minute 14 as well. Scoreless opening frame thus far, 4 minutes to go in it. And 1 minute to go in it, make that. Still without a chance here. And we're going to go right into the second period, up to the first minute. And nothing there, but we will get something a couple of minutes later. A chance, 13. Again, that's going to be a chance for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto with a 1 and the 5. They don't succeed on it. So 3 more here off the clock here, up to minute 6 here in period 2. And 3 more up to minute 9 there in period 2, and 3 more up to minute 12 in period 2. So getting kind of repetitive, kind of robotic here. 7 minutes to go in the second frame. And what are we doing here? No chances. Very tense playoff hockey here. And teams really being reluctant to go for it. But we will get a chance 1 minute into period 3. That was a very quiet middle frame. 1 minute into period 3 with that 53, just barely Toronto. Just barely Toronto with the 3 and the 3, the 6. I don't think the close game would factor into that. Let me double check there in a roll of a 6. It does not. Didn't think that it did. I just, on camera. Anyway, so another minute goes by. We will get a chance in this one too. 64, that's going to be the Maple Leafs again. They could use another 64, but they get a 61. That won't do. So up to minute 3 here. Now we're going to get chances here in a few minutes in a row. 12, 3 Toronto chances in a row. And 4 and a 5, they don't score in this one either. So 2 and 4, so we will get another chance there. Up to a minute 5 in the period. Yeah, the 9 just factors into empty net. So minute 5 here, there will be a chance. And this time that chance is going to go 36. That's going to go Chicago's way. And with the 4 and the 4, the Blackhawks, could they tie the series? Just under 5 minutes into period 3, Chicago scores at Chicago Stadium. We get the exact time of the goal first to do it a bit differently. 4:40 here in period 3. And for Chicago, getting that goal, 4:32. I believe that's Brett Hall. I believe that's Bobby Hall. For Brett Hall was a kid, right, in 67. He was born in 60 or before 67. So like 4-year-old Brett Hall or whatever, just I don't know if that was his birth year, just going off the top of my head. Anyway, Bobby, the Golden Jet, hath scored here. And 2-6, so 514, that is Dennis Hall. So Hall from Hall, reminding me that Brett is not in this game. And I did say 2 assists, and 665 is Pat Stapleton. So Hall from Hall and Stapleton at 440 of period 2. It's 1-0 Chicago. 3 more off the clock now. We go 2-minute 8 without a chance, at least as of yet. Just over midway through regulation now, just over halfway through to minute 12 there without a chance. Again, we need 25 or below here to get one. We stay in minute 14, but that won't work for a chance. Yes, it will. Scratch that, correct that. 23, Chicago. Chicago with the 5 and the 5, and it's 2-0. What is going on to the 61 Maple Leafs? What is going on with them, I should say? 2-0 Chicago here, taking a multi-goal lead, and we'll get the goal scorer first here. 361, I believe that is Bobby Hull once more. So Bobby Hull, who got off to a slow start in the regular season, 1 assist on his goal here, and 246 for that assist. That's going to be Doug Moens assisting on his goal. Time of the goal, 13:50. Okay. And I don't need to drop all 3, but I will advance 1 minute there up to minute 15. Little brainless, mindless, brain fart moments. 3 more minutes off the clock. And we're going to advance into the third. Full disclosure, when I do enough of these back-to-back, I think what I really need is a period counter. So Chicago's up 2-0. There was a really quick, chanceless period in there, though. My first instinct was to advance into the third period, so I'm going to assume that this is period 3 and that there is a chance here for Toronto. Now I'm only dropping 1 die through the tower. Let's do that again. 33, that's going to be a chance for Chicago. If they end up winning, and they've taken a 3-goal lead here, so it doesn't matter. It might not matter. 3-0 here for Chicago. And 565 for the Blackhawks here. 565, that's going to be Ken Hodge. He has a couple helpers in this series at least, and now he's got a goal to go with it. 2 helpers on his goal. And 146. So Stan Mikita has been suspiciously quiet so far, at least on camera. Mikita, who won the scoring title for the regular season part of it. And 265 is Pierre Palat getting that secondary assist. So game 6 here, 3-0 Chicago. Oh, I didn't get the exact time of the goal. I will move 2 minutes, but that was in the opening minute of the third period. So, and what I do, if it's a really low number, I just subtract from 60 rather than add to 0. Like if it rolls out 2 or 3 seconds, I'll say it 57 or 58 seconds. Like here, this would be 6 seconds. It would tie a record. You know what? Let's say 6 seconds into period 3, whatever. So here up to minute 3, there was a chance. 53, that's going to be it's going to be Toronto. I got to be careful with that because 21-52 for Chicago. Toronto with the 3 and the 5, I have to be especially careful. They have the higher close game factor anyway. So Toronto's finally on the board here. And wouldn't that be something if there was a collapse here in Chicago like there was in Toronto? But we got to roll our way there yet. 342 scoring that goal for Toronto. Either Tim Horton, who has had a couple of goals in this playoffs, not a goal scorer, but a breakout in the playoffs, but odd. So that's going to go to Dave Keon instead. Keon with another here. We'll get the exact time there, 37, 237, so about a 231 after the other goal. And 1 assist on Keon's goal. Let's see if it is Horton. 542. Billy Harris, actually. So 55, so 3 more minutes there. 14 to go, I think, in regulation. And minute 9. Oh, dear. Minute 12, I am going to use the period counter starting next game. Minute 14, so we're just rolling our way quickly through this one. And minute 17, we will get a chance here. Let's see, Toronto might not be done yet, but that is the Chicago chance. Chicago adding a little insurance here. Yeah, because it's not a tied or 1-goal game. So Chicago adding a little insurance here, restoring their 3-goal lead and scoring for the Chicago Blackhawks. 243, that's going to be Doug Moens with another goal here. And unassisted, Doug Moens unassisted at 54, at 16:54, 1654. And we stay in the same minutes. So I keep grabbing that blue die like I'm getting ready for there to be another goal score. 55 is Toronto. And 6-1, they don't do it there. So quite sure that they don't. Again, 6-1. No, that would just be for empty net situation. 2 more minutes coming off the clock here. I'm not going to pull down by 3. I mean, I could, but whatever. That's another minute advance. So we have a game 7. Sorry, this video is running a little long. But we have a game 7. I did say prior to the playoffs that if any team had the chance to maybe upset the balance of Toronto and Detroit meeting in the final in like a lot of my competitions recently, it was this one. So whether that was 3 periods or 4, the final score 4-1 for Chicago. Terrible timekeeper error there. I'm going to take these yellow here, the Bruins, and we're going to just say period 1. I'll try to remember to change that when it's period 2 and period 3. Maybe what I can do actually, so I can keep the tower adjacent, so I'll do that. So there you go, period 1. Period 1. Hopefully that's not too confusing to me or anyone else who might be watching and not just listening. So 4-1 was the score in game, and these have been decisive for Chicago. It was 6-2 in game 5, 4-1 in game 6. So we get a game 7 here. Boston forced game 6. They did okay. You could argue that when I got annoyed with the tower and took it away for a few minutes, that somehow disturbed the balance of the universe and affected Boston. Maybe I've broken that Boston curse on my desktop manually. I don't think that I did anything wrong, though. That was nothing like cheating. That was just me taking the dice tower away for a few rolls there. Anyway, so 33 here in game 7. We're 34 and below. We get a chance. So that chance with the 12, that's going to be a Chicago Blackhawks chance. Again, it's 15-43 for Toronto at Maple Leaf Gardens. And look at this. Chicago has taken right over this series. They wanted to wait and do it under the limelight, under the spotlight here. Under 2 minutes into game 7. What is going on with Toronto? 5:21 here for Chicago. Ed Van Impe again, giggling his way back to the bench here. It's a little arrogant here is Van Impe in Toronto. Anyway, it's going to be 2 assists on his goal. Might as well keep going with that. To that effect, 261 is going to be Pierre Palat. He's been productive here. And 1-2-3, that'll be Stan Mikita. So at a minute and 52 seconds, it's 1-0 Chicago here in game 7, where we get another minute off the clock in period 1. And wait, was there a chance there? I don't think so. I hope not. Anyway, I might have missed a chance for Toronto. I got to slow down and pay more attention now. So let's see after minute 5. Let me have another sip of coffee. Sorry if that was a mistake, but I will grant a chance here to one team or the other. 45, it's going to be Chicago. And Chicago has scored here. Oh my goodness, it's 2-0. We're not even 5 minutes into game 7, and Chicago's taken a 2-goal lead here already. Scoring this time, 2:24, is going to be Cam Wareham for the Chicago Blackhawks. The exact time of the goal, we'll say at 4:04. 4 being the equivalent of number 13 in Korea, the kind of the death number, bad luck number. 2 assists on that goal for Wareham, and 5:53, that is going to be Nestorenko, Wareham from Nestorenko, and 5:53. Still Nestorenko. 5:41, probably still Nestorenko. Nope, Ken Hodge. All right, so 2 more minutes off the clock now. We're up to minute 7. I wasn't anticipating a series going 7, so I must admit I'm a little tired. This is a little more than I signed up for or bargained for. Anyway, we'll roll on here. Show must go on. So 12 minutes here into period 1. 14 minutes into period 1 where we'll get a chance. We'll get a chance. 42. That's Toronto. Toronto with the 5 and the 3, so they've at least closed the gap to 1 here early. And Toronto scores. Let's see, getting the goal for the Toronto Maple Leafs. We have a 462 here, so the 462 is going to be Red Kelly. Red Kelly really productive both for Toronto and Detroit during the regular season. 1 assist on Red Kelly's goal, and 455, so that 1 assist will go to almost to Red Kelly, but actually either Even Bond or Odd Brewer. So Kelly from Bond, and time of the goal here, 13:16. And away we go with it here late in period 3. 2 more minutes off the clock now. Chance will go 21 Toronto's way. Toronto, they tie it at 2 here late in period 1. So this is shaped up to be a pretty good series in my estimation anyway. So Toronto here battling back to tie it in game 7. And Chicago, Ed Van Impe, they got a little arrogant there early, and Toronto now scoring. Really not liking Ed Van Impe's arrogance is Frank Mahovlich. So Mahovlich has scored here. There's going to be 2 assists on the goal there, 246. And Bert Olmsted getting the primary, and the secondary going to 414 is going to be Red Kelly. Productive Red Kelly here at 15-21, the time of that goal. And so 2 more off the clock. There will be no chance there. And there's going to be a chance here. Final minute of the first period. 63 is Chicago. Looking to take the lead back. They don't do it. And 3 into period 2 or 20. And then up. So yeah, up to minute 3. There's going to be another chance. 44 just out of Toronto's range. And the 6 and the 2. Chicago has taken the lead again. It's 3-2 here now. Chicago in Toronto. And I should change the period counter. So period 2 here in Toronto. And scoring that goal for Chicago, 6:53. Wally Boyer, who does have a goal. He's not high in the score on their card, but he does have another goal here in the postseason. Boyer here, 2 assists on his goal. And 4-1-1 for that. So Boyer, that's going to be Esposito. Did I say 1 assist or 2? Just for fun, let's roll. I can always take it away. 5:32. Ken Hodge. Okay, so Esposito and Hodge on Boyer's goal. Exact time of the goal here, 2:34 into period 2. Chicago taking that lead right back. The Toronto had battled back to tie late in the first period. Up to minute 5 here in period 2. And minute 6 now. A couple rolls here without a chance, but we're going to get one here. Up to minute 8, 66. That's Chicago again. Chicago with the 4 and the 3, unsuccessful on the roll, 62. So minute 9 now here without a chance. We stay in that same minute, but without a chance. Up to minute 12 here in period 2, chanceless. We will get a chance here 2 minutes later here, 33-41. That's Toronto. Toronto with a 5 and the 1, though. They could have used another 4 and a 1. They don't get it, so 2 more here. Now we're up to minute 16. It's been my longest video in a while. Up to minute 18 here in period 2. And the final minute here, the second period, let's see, chance, and it's going to be 63. Chicago really looking to put it away again before the close game factor is not in their favor, and this is a 1-goal game, but Chicago doesn't score here. So 2 minutes here now into period 3. Chicago up by 1 here in game 7. Doesn't get too much better than this. Was that a chance? I think it was. I'm going to give a chance to Toronto. Pay attention. 6-1. Toronto doesn't score on it anyway, whether it was a chance or it wasn't. So 2 more here. There will be a chance because 34 or below. So we get another chance here. 42. Toronto 1 and 2. So the save could be rolled into a goal here. Let's see, 11-43 with that +2 close game factor in a tied or 1-goal game. They do need to roll 43 or below in the follow-up for the goal to count. And they get a 35, so we get a tie game here in Game 7. Toronto scores at Maple Leaf Gardens. They're on their feet. They're happy. They're relieved at the same time. It's at least tied. We'll get the exact time of the goal here since I'm holding the black dice, 15. So at 3:15 in period 3, which I should change in the period counter. 3:36 for Toronto. That's going to be Tim Horton. Clutch. Again, how it just emerges from the randomness, these storylines. Not a goal scorer. Tim Horton has been clutch in these playoffs. And so Horton evens it at 3. 2 assists on Horton's goal. The first going to 424. The first going to Red Kelly. Tim Horton from Red Kelly. The second one, 542, is Billy Harris. 3-all game here in period 3. In game 7 of a best of 7. 2 more off the clock now to minute 6 without a chance. We're going to get one, though, 2 minutes later up to minute 8. 21, that is just barely Toronto. Toronto with the 1 and the 2, they've done it again. They could roll a save into a goal. Could the close game factor decide this series? The Mike Owens Quick Play Pro Hockey close game factor, 43 or below in the follow-up. Oh, they don't do it. Chicago manages to keep the game tied. So 3 more minutes off the clock here now. 9 minutes to go here. Pandemonium at Maple Leaf Gardens, and 3 more. There will be a chance here now with 6 minutes left here. 41, that's a Toronto Maple Leafs chance. Another 41. They would like 3 and 6. They don't. I believe that's only for empty net situations. Yes. So 2 or 3 more. So 3 minutes to go here in period 3 with the score 3-3. 3 minutes to go in regulation, and we stay in the same minute. A lot of whistles here. 2 more minutes coming off the clock now. A minute to go here. And we're going into sudden death overtime, just under 2 minutes into sudden death overtime without a chance. So I guess I'll change this back to 1 to show that it's OT1. 3-3, Game 7 overtime. Game 7 overtime here. So 2 and 6. There will be a chance 3 minutes later, 5 minutes into the opening overtime. Frame 31. It's going to be Toronto. Toronto with the 3 and the 5, I believe, but again, because again, they have the higher close game factor. So even with the asterisk, that Toronto goal is going to count here. Game 7, they've won the series 4-3. They've won the game 4-3. They've won the series 4-3. The Toronto Maple Leafs in overtime. Who is your overtime hero at Maple Leaf Gardens? That person, that man is Bob Nevin. Bob Nevin, very productive during the regular season, and he's been a little quiet in the score sheet here, but he comes up and lights the lamp when they need him most. Bob Nevin, a pair of assists on Nevin's goal. Watch it be Nevin from Nevin. It's going to be 346. 346, Nevin from Duff with the primary. With the secondary, 216, I think that is Nevin. Actually, 216 can be either Nevin or Olmstead. I don't have to do even odd because Nevin got the goal. I'm going to give it to Olmstead. That's how I do it. That's how I roll. And the exact time of the goal, 58. So at 4:58 into the first overtime here in Game 7, Chicago certainly didn't make it easy on them. But as predicted all along, the 1961 Toronto Maple Leafs will face off against the 1951 Detroit Red Wings. Two teams that have really strong regular seasons. In real life, both teams were on their way to dynasties. Toronto 62 through 64, Detroit multiple Stanley Cups in the early to mid 1950s, and they will play off but both of these teams fizzled out in the playoffs in these respective seasons, but they will meet for the Consolation Cup in the Consolation Cup final. And thank you for any time and consideration you've given to this, and bye for now.